Hello, how are you, lovely learners? Okay, so this video is a very short instruction video about how to use this planner that you just downloaded. It's very simple to use, but just to let you know about a couple of features that it has. Well, as you can see, you have I made four different models, styles, two different styles and two different start dates. So here at the bottom you see this design, I called it Sage, and it has a Monday start, lunes, but I also made it in a version which you have Sunday start of the week, and I made another version of the same planner but in a different color. It's just I couldn't decide which one to to give to you, so I thought, oh, maybe I can give you both and then you decide which one you want to use. And it's the same thing, you have Monday start and you have Sunday start. Okay, so for now I'm gonna use this. So this is a Google Sheet, so it's very easy to use. I mean, you have cells, they are hidden here, but I highlighted the spaces in which you can use to write. So absolutely fundamental that you decide a goal for the week. So before you do anything else, think about what you want to achieve by the end of the week. Make it reasonable for something that you can achieve in a week. Yeah, I know it's tempting sometimes to try to cram or to learn a lot, but think about what are the things you will need to do to achieve that. Well, first of all, is the desire. What's your desire for the week? So meta de la semana means goal for the week. And say, for example, I want to, what can I do? Say I'm studying the past tenses and I want to be able to learn verbs to talk about my holiday last year. Okay, so maybe that could be a goal. So you already know more or less about past tenses, and by the end of the week you want to be able to talk about your last weekend. So that would be the goal. So talk about my last weekend, and I always recommend to give your goals a number, because that's how you measure if you completed your goal or not. So you can say, for example, I want to talk for 10 minutes about what I did in my last holiday. Or maybe you can write. I want to write, maybe you can say I want to write for 5 minutes, or I want to write 10 lines, I want to write one whole page, whatever number you want to choose, but make it something with a number, with a sentence with a number, so you, at the end of the week, you can say, did I actually write one page like I intended to, yes or no? So that would be the goal for the week. So after you decided that, you're probably gonna have to write in a piece of paper. I recommend you brainstorm and think about everything you need to do to achieve that goal. Vocabulary you need to learn. Maybe you need to find a language partner to practice with. Anything that you can think of that is going to help you to fulfill this goal by the end of the week. Then you have start date, fecha de comienzo, and if you double click here, it'll open up a calendar. So today happens to be Monday, Monday the 4th, but say I start next week on the 11th of March, so it won't show the red sign there because we're not on that day. But as you can see, I changed the dates and it automatically changes the rest of the calendar, so you don't have to be changing each of single one of them. Just as the start of the week, whether it's a Monday or a Sunday start, just remember, go there and you adjust. You just put the start date of that day, of that week, And today, as I said, is the 4th. I'm recording this on the 4th of March, which happens to be Monday. So I'm going to choose that. And you can see it will highlight in red, in this case red, the date in which you are, the current day. For example, say, imagine that Monday, instead of being the 4th, is the 1st. So when I start the week, I click on the 1st, and then it will show on Thursday of that week that it starts on Monday, the 1st. If you were studying on a Thursday, it highlights this red highlights the current day. So yeah, is automatic as well. It will change. Say on Monday is the 2nd, then when you are on Wednesday the 4th, that will be highlighted. But because today is the 4th, it's highlighted. So tomorrow is gonna be here, that red. Yeah, I hope I'm making it clear. So this red will move and will change according to the current date. That's what I wanted to express. Then after that, I give you a space, 3 lines, to write your goals for the day. So before you had the goals for the week here, and then in order to achieve that, I said you're gonna have to write down a brainstorm of the activities you will have to complete to achieve that by the end of the week. Well, that list of brainstorming, then you're gonna think, what could you do each of those days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, in order to achieve what you want to achieve at the end of the week. And I recommend no more than 3 goals per day because otherwise the to-do list will get a bit too long. So again, try to think, give it a number if you can, because then you can check at the end of the week, at the end of the day in this case, at the end of the day, if this has been completed or not. For example, I can say I want to study Duolingo for half an hour, 30 minutes of Duolingo. Let's put it here. Let's gonna write 30 minutes of Duolingo, and then I can listen. Maybe I found a podcast in which the person talks about the past tense. I want to listen to that, so I get used to listening, and maybe that way I can start mirroring this person myself and practicing the past tenses myself. So you can say, listen to the podcast for I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe an hour. I'm just gonna put minutes for now. And what else you could do? And maybe there are a couple of irregular verbs that in the past that are a bit complicated for you, that it's very hard for you to remember them. So maybe write 3 sentences in a past tense using that irregular verb that you find difficult to remember. So write 3 sentences using the verb let's think, dar, because that one is a bit is one that people find a bit challenging to remember. Diste, dimos, that sort of thing. Okay, and as you go through the day, you just check them off like that. Well, sometimes, I mean, this might be like easy goals. Sometimes you might not want to do it this way. Maybe you want to set your goal for the day according to an activity. And I put a list of activities there. As you can see, everything is in Spanish because I want to help you to incorporate Spanish in your daily life. The more you look at it, the more you get used to it, and it becomes second nature. Because remember, this is my ethos. It's about language learning. It's not so much about vocabulary, grammar rules. It's about habits Yeah, so this is gonna help you build the habit of reading in Spanish, and eventually, you know what's gonna happen? You are not gonna have to translate in your head anymore, because what happens with habits? What's a habit? A habit is an automatic behavior. It will come automatic to you to see the words in Spanish, and you will understand them without having to translate. How do I know? Because that's how I learned English. So the more you look at something, the more you read, it will become part of your long-term memory knowledge bank, and that's how you get fluency. Fluency is automatic, speaking automatically, like I'm talking to you in English. I'm not even translating in my head. I just like spitting out whatever I'm thinking about. So that's what you want to. That's why you want to have Spanish in your daily life, and I thought it would be a good idea just to have this planner completely in Spanish. I see the words are not too complicated, so it's not like you can even use this if you're a beginner stage. Okay, so maybe instead of writing your goals like this, maybe you want to focus on one activity per day. So maybe on Monday I do grammar. Maybe on Tuesday I want to do writing. Maybe on Wednesday I do a bit of vocabulary, and maybe on Thursday I do a bit of grammar again, like that. So and maybe if you chose grammar, maybe you can put here 3 items of grammar that you'd like to look at that day, and the same writing. Maybe write 3 sentences or 3 paragraphs about completely different things in the past tense. Vocabulary, maybe learn 5 verbs, you can say, and use them in writing. Yeah, so you can see how it's best for you to organize your goals. So I gave you these two different ways of doing it, either by a kind of to-do list that you can check, or you can choose like a topic for the day, or you can use both. So you choose the topic of the day, and then you think about 3 things in that topic that you can do. Yeah, and then you can, of course, you can select the whole thing and delete, and you can go back to activity to make it blank. Now sometimes you will put an activity here that will require to be broken down into more steps, and that's why I put the tasks here. Tarea is task. Tasks for the day. So whereas you have the goals, that's what you're aiming to complete by the day, but sometimes the goal will need to be broken down in things that you need to do. For example, I can say I want to look for a vocabulary to talk about what I did in my last holidays. Okay, so maybe I need to actually look for the vocabulary. So goal for the day, you look for let's put a number, 50 words, say 50 words. We are looking for the words, we are not learning the words. You would never be able to learn 50 words. So look for 50 words that will help me write about my last holidays. Yeah, by the way, I'm writing this in English, but you can write this in Spanish. So even if it's like broken Spanish and you want to practice writing, well, this is an ideal way of practicing writing every day, writing your thing in Spanish, your plans. Okay, so look for 50 words, and maybe I'll need to do a to-do list in order to complete that. Well, you can think about where you're gonna look for them. Maybe you can look for in books, maybe there will be some books that you might have access to in which the topic is holidays. So they might have a list of words there that you can use. Check my books to see if they have holiday vocabulary. Yeah. What else you could do? You could actually brainstorm my own words. Yeah, because that actually would be more useful than having a list of words, because it's something that you would want to you come up with them. So they're words that you use. Maybe once you brainstorm, in English to start with, or your native language, and then you want to translate them in Spanish, you know? So you say translate the words that I brainstormed into Spanish. Yeah, or maybe once you translate them, you want to check that they are correct. Yeah, maybe check with a native speaker the words that I have doubts about. Maybe there are words that which you're not very sure of the translation. You look them up in the dictionary, you're still unsure. Maybe you want to go into one of those Facebook groups and ask a native speaker if this is what this means. Yeah, but as you can see, we already have 4 tasks that came from this goal. Yeah, so in order to complete this goal successfully, I will have to complete these tasks. And as you can see here, you have a checkbox, and this time you're gonna see that when you check it, it gets crossed out, and it tells you here the percentage of the tasks, how much of the tasks you completed. Yeah, say 100%, and say I add another one, task 5. Now it'll keep adding, well, deducting percentage, because I just added another task, and then when I complete it, it will be 100%. So yes, this, and say I want to delete these 3. Now uncheck this, and it'll tell you, yeah, how much the percentage you finish. I think this is a good way to keep you I don't know if motivated, but keeps you going. I love these 2 tools. I love checking off and seeing the line being crossed out of my tasks. I absolutely love it. And I also love this, because in my brain it says it's only 50% more, it's only 20% more. And yes, I think these are good thing to have in your planner. Another thing, when you do your goals for the day, think about priorities. So put your first, what's the thing you need to do the most? What's the thing that's gonna help you the most? Put that task first. Then, you don't need 3. Maybe you want to have 1 goal for the day. I only say just don't go over 3 because if you start putting 4 or 5, that's why I restricted the space to 3 there. Yeah, but yeah, you can have just 1 goal for the day, and that'll be fantastic. But if you have more than 1, think about prioritizing it. Which is the one that you definitely need to get done today? The other one, maybe if it's not, it's important, maybe not that important as the first, you can leave it for Tuesday maybe. Okay? And yes, priorities. And as I said, once you set the priority, use this, if you need to break it down into tasks, use this task list just for goal number 1. Then when you complete this goal, then you say goal 2, then add the tasks for goal 2. Because if you start mixing the task for goal 1, goal 2, what's gonna happen is you're gonna start multitasking, and that's the last thing you want to do. Because you're gonna start working on 2-3 things at the same time, and guess what's gonna happen? You're not gonna, maybe you will complete, but there is a chance that you're not gonna complete anything. So you're gonna, I know, because that's word of experience, yeah. So yes, it's better to concentrate on one goal, one thing, get one thing and finish it completely, and then start with the second one. If you haven't completed the second one on Monday, it's alright, complete it on Tuesday, but you managed the goal number one. So that's what my advice would be, yeah. Okay, so yes, that's pretty much it. What I wanted to show you about this Plan Studio. It works the same for the other planners that you have here. Yeah. So yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this, if it's helpful for you. And if you need any help, let me know, because I might give you more help if you need to. I'm offering half an hour free a session in which you can come and ask me for help if you want, if you are struggling to come up with your study plan. You just send me a message, and I'll see how I can help you. Okay? Well, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope this is very useful for you and that you liked it. So talk to you soon. Bye bye.